From the silence of space, Earth glows below, fragile, alive, and blue. From here, you can't see borders. You can't hear politics. Only the quiet hum of existence, a world at peace. But peace is only the surface. The camera dives closer, through clouds, through storms, through the skin of the ocean. The world of light fades, the sound of waves dissolves, and beneath, another world awakens. A realm without sunlight, where silence is absolute, where two shadows move in the dark, unseen, unmatched, steel giants from two worlds, locked in a silent death race beneath the sea. This is Death Race, the story of how the Cold War descended into the deep, where silence became a weapon and survival an art. Cold War engineering, Death Race, the submarine arms race. In the cold, crushing silence of the deep, there is one sound that breaks eternity. A single ping, a whisper in the dark. It travels through the abyss, searching, listening, alive. After World War II, the world was split in two. The United States, the Soviet Union, two superpowers staring into the void, each armed with the power to erase life itself. When sound could no longer guarantee victory, both sides turned to silence itself. The United States launched the USS George Washington, the first nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine. Across the ocean, the Soviets answered with Project 627, the Leninsky Komsomol. The death race was decided not by missiles, but by metallurgy and hydrodynamics. The USS George Washington, with its pioneering S-5W reactor, could cruise submerged for over 50,000 miles, making it virtually undetectable. It carried the game-changing Polaris A-1 missile, a symbol of America's assured second strike capability. The Soviet response, the K-3 Leninsky Komsomol, was a brutal marvel of speed and depth. While facing early struggles with reactor safety and noise, it was built to push the limits of its titanium hull, achieving extreme diving depths that the West could only speculate about. This forced the U.S. Navy into a constant, frantic cycle of upgrades, where every rivet and every weld became a matter of national survival. Hydrodynamics became a religion. Mathematics, its prayer. To defeat sonar, engineers invented an invisible skin, anechoic tiles. Thousands of rubber panels designed to swallow sound, like scales of a sleeping beast. But the true innovation was in how these tiles silenced the beast. These weren't just rubber coatings. They were precision-engineered panels containing specialized internal cavities. When a hostile sonar ping hit the surface, the cavities within the tiles would absorb the sound energy and convert it to heat, preventing the wave from reflecting back to the enemy. The Soviet Navy introduced their own version, often thicker and heavier, designed not only to absorb sound, but also to reduce drag and mask internal machinery noise. This silent revolution in naval architecture extended to every rotating part, from the intricate pump jet propulsion systems replacing noisy propellers to machinery rafted on rubber mounts, ensuring that the only sound left was the quiet, terrifying hum of a nuclear core. But progress has a price. The ocean demanded sacrifices. 1963, the USS Thresher, a test dive, and then silence. 1968, the Soviet K-129, vanished without a trace. Yet from every tragedy, engineers learned, designs evolved. The dead taught the living how to survive the dark. Survival depended less on sight and more on sound. The U.S. relied heavily on SOSUS, the Sound Surveillance System, a massive underwater network of hydrophones designed to detect the faint signatures of Soviet boats. This forced a radical shift in Soviet strategy, from active sonar, which emits a sound pulse, to passive sonar, which simply listens. Passive sonar became the supreme art of the silent hunter. It required massive, sensitive arrays on the hull to capture minute changes in temperature, salinity, and pressure, painting a picture of the abyss using only ambient noise. The engineers were turning noise pollution into actionable intelligence. Every tick of a pump, every vibration of the hull, every turn of a screw became a deadly signature that needed to be masked or identified. The Cold War became an acoustic chess match played across thousands of miles of ocean floor. From the silence of war came understanding. The sonar that once hunted now maps the ocean floor and listens to whales. The mathematics that guided torpedoes now simulates tides and even blood flow in the human heart. The Cold War ended. The submarines fell silent. But their echoes remain in science, in art, in memory. Because silence is not the absence of sound. It is the presence of everything we do not yet understand. Thank you for diving into the deep with us. From the silence of the Cold War to the echoes of human creativity, this was more than history. It was a reflection of what we are capable of. You've just witnessed Death Race, a story of silence, sacrifice, and engineering beyond imagination. If you believe that engineering is not just science, but art, join us. Like, subscribe, and together, we'll continue exploring the hidden beauty of design, from the silent oceans to the endless sky.